Welcome to the Ocean Community 50 Over 50 series, presented by the Ocean Community Chamber of Commerce. The road to success starts at Valenti family of auto dealerships, and visibility along the journey increases greatly with the help of 321 Media. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 50 Over 50, brought to you by the Ocean Community Chamber of Commerce with Valenti family of dealerships. My name is Ben Barber from 321 Media, and I am so excited because today we have another honoree that I have never met before, and that is my favorite time and my favorite way to do these shows. Today, I am sitting across from John Carlin from Carlin Construction Company. How are you, John?
Pretty good, Ben. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Congratulations on being one of the 50 Over 50.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about who you are and what you do.
So my name is John Carlin. I live in East Lyme, Connecticut. I'm the president of a company called Carlin Construction. We're a construction firm located in New London, Connecticut. We're licensed in Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and New York. Most of our work, however, is in Connecticut and Rhode Island. I'm married. I have 4 children, and that's my story.
How'd you get into construction?
So I got into construction, really at an early age. My father had a pretty large industrial construction firm, union firm located in Connecticut. So I went to college, graduated college, and started working for him. About 5 years after I started with him, we decided that we want to start an open shop construction company that did kind of a more diverse base of work. When I was working with him, we were primarily doing environmental construction, water, wastewater treatment plant type work. I wanted to kind of expand that base and really do a wider variety of projects in the community and private projects as opposed to the public projects. So that's how we got started. Started out really myself and one other gentleman who was a project superintendent. Today we have about 21 employees. And like I said, we work in a few states, and it's been a fun ride.
That's awesome. How much has the business changed since you got in?
It's changed a lot. It's I would say a lot more sophisticated, and it's a lot harder to get projects. So, with technology and everything else, access to information, just the number of competitors, it's a more difficult business really at every level. Permitting, licensing, safety, every aspect of the business has really progressed, in a positive way, I guess, ultimately for the customers and the clients, but it's become a little bit more challenging.
One thing that I see on your website is pre-engineered metal buildings. I would love to talk to you about that because my business partner for years has been obsessed with buying a pre-engineered metal building.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about those.
So I got a relationship with a company called Butler Manufacturing, and they're pretty much the industry leader in pre-engineered building systems construction about 30 years ago. And so I have a franchise for that. So it's a very good building component system. It gives you ultimate flexibility inside a building, and it's an economical method of construction. The technology in those systems has come a long way. They basically will provide the building envelope, which would include, your sidewalls and your roofing, and then all the structure that goes with it. I could tell you, our relationship with them, they're a good building solution for, a warehouse or, some retail components, distribution centers. Probably not doing a good job of.
No, you're doing a great job.
But they're a great building systems solution for a lot of projects. They don't fit every project, but there's definitely a market for that type of construction. with your friend's situation, the only thing I would caution you, you can go online and find, building systems and pre-engineered building systems, and they're, very cheaply priced. I wouldn't recommend doing that. Find a local builder or a franchisee, for whether it's Butler or some other manufacturer, reputable manufacturer, and deal with a local builder, because he's going to know the local codes and
Of course.
components of that building that are going to give you a successful project.
Well, at this point, if he ever pulls the trigger on that idea, we're going to call you.
Okay.
I mean, that's fantastic. I think you're the first person that I've met that does it. So that's really awesome. Were you always in East Lyme? Did you grow up there?
I guess I grew up, I started in New York with my family, obviously, and we moved to East Lyme because we went there for the beaches. We vacationed there. My parents decided to move there. When I was, I guess, in middle school, we actually moved to Mystic and spent a period of time there till, they ultimately settled there. And then after college, when I got married, we were looking around anywhere from, say, Westerly to East Lyme, and we ended up in East Lyme. So I've been in the same house now for probably 30 years over there with my family.
That's awesome. Tell me a little bit about your family.
So I met my wife in college. Started dating our senior year in college, and got married a couple of years out of college. We waited a couple of years, 5 years, to make sure that we were still compatible before we started having kids. And
how sensible!
Yeah,
that's nice.
It was probably a good decision. But then, so we had 2 children. I like to say my wife decided she wanted one more. We ended up with twins.
Oh wow!
Which is a little bit of a curveball, but they're great kids. So I have 4 children, 1 girl and 3 boys, and they're all doing great. And
Were there twins in the family?
Not in my situation. Mine are like identical twins. So it was like the doctor told me it was like winning the lottery.
Yeah.
I would have preferred to win the lottery myself, but I guess it's worked out. They're great kids, so I did win the lottery in some sense. Yeah.
My mom was a twin and always said it skips a generation and it's going to be you, and so I'm holding out hope that doesn't happen. But if it does, as I'm sure you can attest, it would be a blessing.
Yeah. That's it. You got to just embrace it.
How old are all the kids?
So my oldest is 28.
Okay.
28-year-old boy. I have a 26-year-old girl, and then the twins are 24. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So. Very nice. So empty nester now?
It's interesting. So one of my twins has cerebral palsy.
Okay.
So he will be with us, until he decides he wants to try to live independent. He's very high functioning, but he works at Bacchus Hospital. Very proud of him. He went up there, went through a job search program, and he was the only one that got offered a job out of that program up there. So he works at the front desk. If you may run into him walking into Bacchus, he escorts everybody, and
that's amazing.
He's a great kid. Real proud of him.
That's really awesome. What would you say has been the most rewarding part of owning your business?
That's a great question. There's really a couple of facets that I really enjoy. I'll start, inside the organization, and I don't know the exact data, but, people that come
just make it up. It's fine.
Yeah, people that come work for us generally don't leave, honestly, in the 30 years of business, I can't think of, I had one guy leave he left for about a year, and then he called me back up and wanted to come back. We try to treat people very well, and it's rewarding that they want to stay with us for a lot of different reasons. But I hope that it's because we're a good company to work for, and we try to do the right thing always. And then outside the organization, it's very rewarding. The one piece that was missing when I worked at my dad's organization is it was all public projects, right? So it was water, wastewater treatment plant work, you know, if you're the low bidder, you get the job.
Yep.
What's rewarding on the way we deliver projects is primarily we're working for private owners. So I get to meet like a real wide variety of people, and they're all, you know, successful because they're building their businesses and investing more in the community. And some of them can be private business owners. Some can be, you know, not-for-profits in the area. We do a lot of work for not-for-profits in this region. And just those people are very special people because they're what they do and why they do it. So I would have to say it's getting to meet a lot of interesting people is a very rewarding part of the business, and ultimately help them meet their dream or their goal of you know, creating this facility, whether it's for their business or for the community or whatever. Just being a part of that is very rewarding.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
What do you like to do when you're not working?
So when I'm not working, my wife and I bought in 2009 a little beach cottage up on Cape Cod. So I try to go there as much as possible. You know, we're every weekend really now. It's become a full-time 12-month a year activity for us because it just allows us to unplug from what we're doing here and get up there and just really, you know, be on vacation for a couple of days a week. You know, so we go up there, we golf, and you know, just go to different restaurants and enjoy the beach and that type of thing. So
nice. That's awesome. How's your golf game?
It's not very good.
No one that I've ever asked that question to has said anything other than,
I'm a very good scramble player when I have at least one guy in that foursome who can carry us. You know.
There you go. I'm even bad at mini golf, so you know, whenever we get invited to a golf tournament or something, I send my business partner. He loves it.
Yeah.
It's like oxygen for him.
Yeah.
What about East Lyme is it that keeps you here, that keeps you staying in this community?
Well, East Lyme, you know, is important and special to us for a number of reasons. Obviously, I have memories there as a child growing up down near the beach, and I like that. And it's a good community, you know, just through the years. And a lot of it isn't folks that I knew when I was a kid. It's the relationships we've developed through our kids and you know, meeting and getting to know their families. You know, again, my son with cerebral palsy is a very integrated part of that community. You know, you can't. I joke, like, I can't go to the supermarket with him or my wife because they're going to talk to every aisle we go down. They're going to know somebody. And, you know, my son is, you know, my wife teaches in town, and then my son is a volunteer fireman there, and everybody knows him. And so he has a really strong tie to that community. So it'll be very difficult, you know, for us to leave that community.
Yeah. Well, don't.
Yeah.
You know, it's a beautiful place to live, and it's you know, close to everything that you could ever want. And you know, whenever you want to go back to New York, you know, I think that we live the Ocean community is beautiful because we have everything here, and we're also like 2 hours from you know, two of the biggest cities in the world. So
yeah,
it's nice.
I mean, I enjoy, like, we really love like the restaurants. I mean, some people think, oh, you're going to drive all the way to Westerly to go to dinner. I mean, we come here
that far
routinely. It's a half-hour drive max for us. And I mean, the restaurants in this community are fantastic. In Mystic, they're fantastic. East Lyme is getting there. They're growing that downtown, and maybe in 5 years, it's gonna be something special, you know. So
yeah,
and like you said, you can jump on a train and in less than 2 hours you're in Boston, or you can be in New York. So it's a great spot.
It is. It's really nice. What did it mean to you to be one of the 50 over 50?
It was a great honor. It was a surprise. You know, I really, you know, I was surprised. I didn't even know it was a thing. Honestly, I seen the whatever it is, fabulous 40s or whatever, the under 40 people, and I figured I've always seen awards for that. So I haven't. It's nice that they're awarding the older population like myself. But you know, it's a great honor. I mean,
you got to be barely over 50 at this point.
I'm closer to 60.
All right.
But No, it's just you know, I think the chamber is a great organization. I have a lot of respect for that organization, and you know, they're definitely a leader in this community. They particularly in Westerly, I think they just, you know, you could tell as an outsider for me living in East Lyme and but coming to Westerly often, you know, it's a great community. So to be recognized by them as part of that community is important to me, and I appreciate it. So it's definitely, you know, it's a nice honor to receive by what I think, you know, it's a very respected organization.
When did you start? When did you become a member of the chamber?
So I don't know the exact years, probably 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And again, I really saw the value. I think I went to a business after hours or something, and I just saw the way that Lisa and her crew conducted the whole event. And, you know, you really, like I said, you got a sense of community and how active and strong they push for the community. And it struck a chord with me. I just, yeah, I just thought it'd be a good organization to be a part of. We do work in Westerly and in Richmond, and you know, it's something that's important to be a part of.
Are there any businesses that you've built, any structures that you've built that you can tell us about?
A couple of the ones I guess I'm most proud of recently here. We're just finishing up a 200,000 square foot building for Riverhead Building Supply.
Oh, nice.
That's out in Richmond. That's the largest single project we've ever built. So that's a meaningful project on
Sure.
you know, on our list.
Now, did they like redo where they were? So is that still across from like lickety splits and stuff?
It's right out there, yeah.
Yeah.
Right off of 138.
Yep.
They have an existing lumber yard, kind of up in the front of the property. So we built this building in the back of the property.
Love
it. And you know, it was just a great project. Great people again to work with. You know, just straight shooters. You know, I shouldn't admit this, but like I don't even think we had a signed contract. We were 50% done with the job. You know what I mean? But just solid human beings that you could deal with all the way through. So it was a great project, and we're actually doing some more work for them now. They're a Long Island based company, but they've come into New England, and Richmond, Rhode Island will be their New England hub for all distribution.
Nice.
Another project I'd be remiss not talking about is the Ocean Community YMCA. We've been fortunate enough to do a number of projects for them. We're working over at their Westerly facility now, redoing the downstairs. But the project that sticks out for me was the Mystic YMCA project. It was particularly meaningful to me because I grew up in Mystic for a period, and you know, I'd go to the old. Wasn't the YMCA then? I don't even remember now what it was called, but it was. The YMCA took it over, so it was fun to go back. And I grew up playing basketball in that facility and using the pool and everything else in the racquetball courts. So, you know, we were lucky enough to get invited to interview for that project, and we were able to do the project. And it came out, you know, it's just a beautiful transformation of a facility. It's really, you know, any interview we go on anywhere, you know, we're pointing to that project and saying, this is what you could do, you know, so. And again, great people to work with. So those are probably the two. We do a lot of work at Mystic Aquarium as well. Pretty much any project of consequence over there in the last 20 years that's been done, we've done it. The first one we did there was for Dr. Robert Ballard, the guy who founded Titanic. That was a very interesting job. You know, I was kind of young. It was probably 25 years ago. We were young in business and got a chance to meet him and build that project. And we really built a rapport with the facility people and the leadership at the aquarium. And like I say, it's followed through for 25 years. We've been doing work there now. And it's just a fun place to do work. And
I love that. My girlfriend is obsessed with Robert Ballard.
Oh, yeah?
And that, yeah, absolutely.
Super nice guy, you know.
I'll let her know.
Yeah.
I will let her know. She'll be excited to hear that.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And I love that the things that you just mentioned are all so vital to the community, right? The Mystic YMCA, the Mystic Aquarium, even Riverhead Building. Like, UBS was such an important job creator for this economy in this area, and for a company like Riverhead to come in and keep that going and to invest in our community and make Richmond their hub, like that's a really big deal for the people in Richmond and the people in Chariho and all over that can, go and work for those companies. So the fact that that they're able to call you and trust you to come and build this 200,000 square foot facility for them is really important, because those are things that, like, there are hundreds of thousands of families that go to Mystic Aquarium every day or every year.
Yeah.
But I wish that there were 100,000 that went every day, although it'd probably be a little too crowded. And so many families that go to the YMCA, both of the YMCAs for the Ocean. Actually, there's three. There's the Arcadia one as well, I believe.
Yes.
So like those are so important. You are ingrained in the community, and once your job is done, people don't even notice, but they appreciate, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, you've helped build these beautiful facilities, and I just want to say thank you,
Oh, thank
because
you.
I think that that's probably something that doesn't happen often enough. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, no, it's very nice of you to say that. Thank you. Yeah.
Anything you'd like people to know before we go?
I don't think so. I mean, I just really appreciate the honor and look forward to being a part of this community for a long time. And
we're not going to let you go. So. Awesome. Thank you so much, John Carlin Construction Company. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys for watching 50 over 50. Thank you to Valenti Family of Dealerships and the Ocean Community Chamber of Commerce for 321 Media. I'm Ben Barber. Bye for now.